but you're still searching for someone who understands the pain that you've been through. With the doors unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Keep it going, Unity. You'll plan a place of rest in the arms of spirit. God's waited so long for your homecoming day. God knows the peace you seek and the hurt you're feeling. Spirit wants to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Where the Father waits with open arms, God is calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Well, there's room enough in the house of love for someone just like you. Ooh. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Come on, Unity, sing it. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, so come on in.
Good morning, Unity of Pompano. I was very tempted to sing in. I have a microphone. My name is Carmela Garone, and I serve here on the board and as a prayer chaplain. And I want to give you all a warm welcome since it's pretty rainy out there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for braving the storm and coming here. And I also want to welcome our online people. Even though you're not here in person, we love you. And hopefully we'll see you here one day.
If you come, bring bagels. Just kidding.
Yeah, especially egg bagels. For me, thank you. There are many ways to stay in touch with us and to watch our service. We have a Facebook page, we have a web page, and we have a YouTube channel. So anytime you want to catch up with us, find out what's happening here, please do that. And so I'm so glad to see you all here because for me, Unity is very special. Unity is a positive and practical path to spirituality, and Unity believes that each one of you can have a direct experience of the divine, of spirit, of God, whatever you call it. So namaste, and thank you for being here. And speaking of divine, we heard some amazing music already, and there's more to come. And our band leader, James McCoy.
Good morning. We're very fortunate to have with us once again Mr. Peter Wallace at the piano and the keyboard this morning. And once again, direct from Detroit, Michigan, Mr. Ryan Rose at the drum set. And of course, you know our featured soloist, Deanette Rivas. And since our very esteemed guest speaker is talking about living a golden life today, it's all about gold and golden today. So you'll see. All right.
You'll see. Deanette, I think you have some fans here, so yeah. So as you've noticed, Reverend Elizabeth isn't here. She's traveling, and so we miss her. If she's watching, we want to say hello. We love you. But we are super blessed to have Reverend Vernelle Nelson here today. So I want to tell you a little bit about her. So she's a woman of many, many talents. So currently, she's a senior minister at Unity of Melbourne, Florida. She's a founding minister of Unity Golden Life Ministries. I don't know if you've ever checked it out, but it's very cool. They do some really interesting things. She writes spiritual self-help books and essays. In fact, 2 of her books, we're going to have an event later. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a bit. She's originally from Washington, D.C. She worked for a nonprofit organization, or many, and wrote for small newspapers in the D.C. area, and headed on-air promotions department at NPR in Washington's headquarters. So in 1995, she decides to move to Florida, and she continued writing for nonprofit organizations and worked at the Broward County Government Agency until she went into early retirement. And, you know, she had a calling, and so she decided first to become a prayer chaplain, then a licensed unity teacher, and was ordained in 2016. So again, we're so blessed to have you here today, Reverend Nelson. So, I'm just curious, who's here for the very first time? Is there anyone? Great. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
So we're giving you a contact card in case you want to stay in touch with us. If you do, fill it out. If you go to the foyer in the entrance, basically they'll give you a little welcome gift, and it's just to stay in touch with us. So welcome for being here. Thank you for coming through the storm. We appreciate you. Great. And I think we can start our invitations. So we have some invitations for today. So the first thing is we love our fellowship time here together. We love to hang out. We love to be with each other. If fellowship time is right after the service, we'll have some snacks for you. If you go through the breezeway and through that hallway in the center, you'll end up in fellowship hall. So we hope you join us for that time. And as I said, we have a special event. Reverend Vernelle agreed to do a book signing for us, and we are blessed to have her here. So you can buy both of her books. Don't ever invite me to another pity party. I love that title. It makes me laugh every time. And then Living a Golden Life, which is the topic today, I believe, of your talk. Yes. And so she'll have a book signing event right after the service. So please join us. It should be a great event to be. Oh, look, the sun's coming out, so you can stay. Next Sunday, Reverend Elizabeth also will not be here, so we'll have Reverend Grace Telesco, who's also a favorite here. And we're going to have a special fellowship Sunday. It's called Friendship Sunday. The hospitality team is making extra special food. Bring a friend, anyone who wants to hang out with us and get to know a little bit about Unity. This would be a great time. And last but not least, John Spira runs an amazing book club. It's on Zoom, Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month from 7 to 8. And this is the book. And it's available in the bookstore if you want to borrow it. Thank you.
So right now, we'd like everyone to please stand as we sing I Release and I Let Go.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it all go. Let it all go. And this is what I have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, Unity. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my pain I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm
And I thank God.
What?
Spirit of mine.
Sing it, come on.
Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Please be seated.
It's like Catholic Church. So today's daily word, simplicity. I pause to appreciate life's simplest blessings. Today I give thanks for the simplest blessings, the small things that bring a smile to my lips, and a warm feeling in my heart. A hug from a friend, a cuddle from a grandchild, or stroking the soft fur of a beloved pet fills my awareness with love. The sudden lift I get seeing a favorite person's handwriting in the mail, or the thrill of spotting a rainbow after a cleansing rain shower spark lasting happiness in my heart. These things and more remind me that true contentment is found in life's smallest moments, the everyday treasures that comprise daily life and draw me close to God. I focus on these simple blessings and grow in gratitude for life's many gifts. And from Psalm 144:15, happy are the people to whom such blessings fall. Happy are the people whose God is the Lord. So I want to let you know that the prayer chest is about to come forward. A prayer chaplain is bringing your prayer requests forward to be blessed here in the sanctuary, and they will be prayed on after and then sent to Unity Village, where they're prayed on for 30 days.
As the prayer chest comes forward, we'd like to begin a time of prayer and meditation by singing, I Am Light.
Not the color of my eyes, I am not the skin on the outside, I am not my age, I am not my race, my soul inside is light.
Light, light. I am light. You are light. And as we move into this space of total and complete awareness of our oneness with the divine creator. Repeat those words silently to yourself and take a deep breath as you do so and breathe in that truth. I am light. I am light. I invite you to place your feet flat on the floor and with your palms on your lap facing upward. You are now ready to receive, and you willingly release anything and everything that stands between you and the truth of your light. If you're comfortable in doing so, please allow your eyelids to gently close and see your truth with that third eye, that eye of God, that all-seeing, all-knowing, all-powerful, ever-present light of God, that vision that sees the world as it truly is. That light that affirms that you are a light worker. At this place, at this time, to be the light of the Christ, to be the light of God. I am light. Feel it as you say these words over and over to yourself, and you affirm, I am light. I am divine. I am joy. I am grace. Holy Spirit is my divine guide, showing the way, guiding me by the hand, letting me know what is mine to do. Walking with me every step of the way. Through the power of wisdom, the power of love, the power of strength. I do what is mine to do, I do this in love and peace. The grace of God is with me, enfolds me, and empowers me to be the light that I am. I shine this light, for as I give it, I receive more and more light. Thank you, God, for this gift of light, this gift of grace, this gift of peace, the gift of harmony and joy. These gifts I share with the world in all that I think, all that I say, and all that I do, in the name and in the nature and the power of Jesus, my teacher, my way shower, and the source of my divine Christ light. Amen and amen.
Seas upon that moment long ago. One breath away and there you will be, so young and carefree. Again you will see that place in time so gold. Seen away into that way back when you thought that all would last forever, but like the weather, nothing can ever and be in time stay gold. But can it be when we can see so vividly our memory? And yes, you say, so must the day to fade away and leave a ray of sun so gold. Life is but a twinkling of an eye, yet filled with sorrow and compassion, though not imagine all things that happen will age too old. Don't go. the twinkling of an eye, yet filled with sorrow and compassion, though not imagined. Oh, things can that happen when age too old. No,
That's Deanette. It's the music of Stevie Wonder.
Your music is fantastic. I gotta say, hello, family. There's so many people here who I've known for such a very long time. I've worshiped with you and prayed with you, took classes with some of you, taught some of you. It's just good to see friends. So we're talking about living a golden life. And yeah, it's a shameless plug. I'm selling books next door. But you know, a lot of people have the erroneous assumption that in order to have a golden life, you have to have a lot of money. People miss the real meaning of prosperity. Because you can have more money than God and be miserable. I think we know some people like that. Never satisfied with enough. Got all the money they could ever dream of having, but they're still not at peace. So how do you define prosperity? Webster puts it this way. Prosperity is a condition of being prosperous. Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely detest using the word to define the word. But then it goes on to say having good fortune or financial success. Prosperity is so much more than that. So much more than that. Here's what Charles Fillmore says, and I like this a lot better. For those of you who are first-time visitors who may not know the history of Unity, Charles Fillmore is the father of Unity. He was the co-founder of Unity more than 125 years ago. And he said this about prosperity: the consciousness of God as the abundant, ever-present resource, unfailing, ready for all who open themselves up to it through faith. Through faith. When you know and you understand through your faith that God is your source, that you have all you need, that prosperity means so much more than material things, means so much more than what you can buy at the store, how much money you have in the bank, what kind of job you have, what kind of title you may have. I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of different jobs, as you could tell by the bio that Carmela read. I've been chief of production at radio stations. I've been a clerk typist. I've been a gopher. I've had a lot of positions. I don't know about you, but am I going in and out? Is the mic going in and out? Should I go to the handheld? It's up to you. Okay, well, I like to walk around and I'm good with right now. If it gets worse, please let me know. The bottom line is, it doesn't matter what they call you. I remember way before I moved to Florida and I was working as head of on-air promotions for the network, NPR. I was also a local DJ in Washington, D.C. at the same time. People used to get real impressed when they found out how I made my money. And I was, at that time, new to Unity, new to New Thought, but I had sense enough to recognize the job titles and all of the accolades that go with being, you know, like I like to say in Washington, D.C., I was a medium-sized fish in a real big ocean. But people knew who I was because of what I did, how I get paid. But they didn't know me. They didn't know me at all. And they would get, like I said, get real impressed. Ooh, you're on the air, you're on the radio. Ooh, you work at National Public Radio? You get to hobnob and rub shoulders with all these people? And I used to always say, and I'm glad I had that kind of sense back then because I could have let it go to my head. I told them, as long as these people let me stay where I am and do what I do, that's okay, but I still gotta be me. I still got to be me. I've got to be true to me. And I'm really grateful for that because when NPR decided to abolish my position, I was still me. You know, I mean, you go through these corporate reorganizations wherever you are. Not only did they abolish my position, they abolished my whole department. I still had to be me. And unfortunately, I knew people who worked in that industry, not necessarily at NPR, but in that industry, in radio and TV, who when they lost that prestigious position, they weren't able to function and make adjustments and do what they needed to do to keep a roof over their head. Literally, I knew 2 people who ended up homeless because a radio station changed ownership. Their egos would not give them permission to be their human, real selves, not the persona that the world saw. Matthew 6th chapter, verses 19 says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven." That means be at peace, stand in your faith, know who you are, be true to yourself. You are light. That Arie song is one of my favorites. You are light. You are the light of the world. You are the light of God. And when you recognize that God light within yourself, it's easy to be your authentic self, whether you are in the movies, on television, or digging a ditch. We need to understand that holding on to what other people think of you is not worth it. Because people are going to say and do and think whatever they want about you, but you must always, every last one of us, must always be who we know we are. I mean, we go through life, and I mean, from the time we were children, somebody's going to always describe us based upon their perception, not even knowing the person they're talking about. You know, you're slow. You can't learn. You're fat. You're too skinny. You're stupid. You're such a brainiac, I don't want to be bothered with you. How many of us have been in school making straight A's and our peers don't want to associate with us or tease us because we're getting good grades and they're not? I've seen kids who did not progress academically as well as they should because they wanted to make sure that they were liked. We have to teach our children from the cradle. Be who God put you here to be. Be what God put you here to be. Prosperity is based on the conscious possession of the idea of God's abundance. That's what's behind everything. Money is a symbol of prosperity. Prestigious appointments and jobs or titles are merely symbols that can vanish and go away. They're illusions. Course in Miracles teaches us that all the time. The things that are real are unchangeable. The difference between spiritual prosperity and material prosperity is that spiritual prosperity is founded on understanding of the inexhaustible, omnipresent substance of spirit, and that is the source of our supply. Material belief is that the possession of things constitutes prosperity, and we know that is just simply not the case. Our true identity doesn't have anything to do with labels or nicknames. One of my maternal grandmother's sisters, beloved woman, but she had a nickname for everybody. And she would give you a nickname and when you were a baby, and that nickname stuck with all of us. And I quite honestly don't even remember what she used to call me. But those nicknames stuck with us until the day she died. She very seldom called us by our given names. Everybody had a nickname. And even in school. Schools now, in my opinion, and if you differ with it, I'm sorry, but this is just my humble opinion, and we'll talk about it later if you really feel moved to do so. But as far as I'm concerned, the education system does not educate our children the way they used to. Children learn how to pass tests. They're not really being educated. They are not, again, in my opinion, because I've observed children in my family, they're not encouraged to develop critical thinking skills. And this is something that I personally think goes way back. When my son was in kindergarten, I was very proud of the fact that, you know, I would teach my kid, you think and you think for yourself. So he's in kindergarten and his first report card said, Wesley has a mind of his own. Well, I took that as a compliment because I encouraged him to question things. I encouraged him to stand up and do what in his heart he knew was right and not follow the crowd. So when the teacher said he has a mind of his own, I'm like, hey, I'm doing a good job. But that wasn't what the education system wanted. So I'm off my soapbox about that. So what labels are you wearing? What labels did people put on you when you were a kid or even as an adult that you're still laboring under because you know it's not your truth? Are you accepting? Are you accepting things people are saying about you that are not your truth? Some of you know that I'm a student of A Course in Miracles and have been a student of A Course in Miracles. In fact, right now I'm doing A Course in Miracles with a Unity twist online. But one of my very favorite lessons in A Course in Miracles is I am as God created me. I am as God created me. Think about it. God does not create trash. God did not create garbage. God creates perfection. And we step away from that truth. We forget that truth. And we stop seeing ourselves as perfect in every way in God's eyes. We are as God created us. We are divine beings. We are one with the divinity. We are one with the Creator. So love yourself. Why don't you love yourself? Love yourself unconditionally. And you know how you start exhibiting that self-love? First inside, affirming, yes, I am light. I am divine. And then externally, treat yourself good. Pamper yourself. Do what you enjoy doing. Do what brings peace and pleasure to you. I know a lot of people who have what they call the good dishes, and they never use them until they have company. I know a lot of people who have these towels in their bathrooms, and when you go to use the restroom, they give you another towel to dry your hands on. I'm sorry. I got rid of all of the everyday dishes in my house. Every meal I eat at my house, I'm eating on crystal. Because I'm at the stage, and I'm of the vintage that I don't know how many more years I'm going to be here. And I've given a lot that I don't use anymore to my granddaughter, who does appreciate it. I got a feeling she's not using it, though. But I use my sterling. I use my crystal. I'm home by myself, and when I decide I want a glass of champagne, I use my beautiful crystal champagne flutes, because that's what I deserve. I know people who are my vintage and even have more years than I do, who refuse to use good china, refuse to use the good crystal. And I explain to them, if you don't use it, it'll get brittle. It's the oil from your hands that makes it strong and sturdy. Use the good stuff. Use the good linen. What about your surroundings? Some people don't really clean their homes until they know someone's coming. Pick your stuff up. Hang your clothes up. You deserve a beautiful environment. Okay, James, I'm going to switch. Is this on? I got it. Okay. Testing. I'm good? Okay. Use the good stuff. I don't know about you, but I like bubble baths with candles. And yes, I do pamper myself a lot, if you're wondering. But you need to do that for yourself too. What do you like to do? You like to walk on the beach? Go play golf? Just hang out with friends? Do what brings you pleasure. Love yourself enough to do good things for yourself. I probably shouldn't say this, but my last husband told me, you're just spoiled. I said, yeah, I spoil myself. Because if you don't want to, you don't have to. I got this. That might be why I'm not married. And that's okay. That is perfectly all right with me, because I got total peace. And if somebody comes along who can work with my system, then that's cool. Otherwise, I'm good. I am good. I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. And I'm very happy with my life. Another thing that you need to work on is forgiveness. Forgiveness. The Lord's Prayer is one of my absolute favorite prayers. Forgive them their trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. What's almost never thought about is what comes after. For if you forgive other people when they do something against you, the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible says when they sin against you, but you know what sin is in unity. Sin is error thinking. Sin is stepping outside of your divinity. So if you forgive other people when they sin against you, you are also forgiven. But if you do not forgive others, you are not free. Holding on to grudges, holding on to anger, keeps you entrapped, keeps you in bondage. It is only when you release that anger, when you release that tension, when you release the bitterness, and you are at peace within yourself. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. You are tying yourself down. Unforgiveness, and I saw this on Facebook and I love it and I repeat it over and over again when necessary. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. When you don't forgive, you are only hurting yourself. Because 9 times out of 10, whoever you're angry with forgot all about it, has gone on with their lives and fat, dumb, and happy. So why are you hanging on to it? Why are you hanging on to anger? Why are you hanging on to bitterness? If you get cheated out of a piece of real estate, if someone takes a job that you know you were entitled to, if someone breaks into your home, I think one of the most inspiring examples of forgiveness was when that young man shot 9 people in that church in South Carolina, Mother Bethel, and they forgave him for what he did. It was an Amish community, and I think it was in either Pennsylvania or Ohio, where someone went in and killed children in the school. They forgave because they understood. Those people who forgave those kinds of violations clearly understood, I cannot be free in my own heart if I do not forgive. If I hang on to this anger, if I hang on to this bitterness, I'm not doing anything to them, I'm doing it to myself. And another thing, and this is in the book, back away from the television. Be careful, be very careful about what you allow into your consciousness. Whether it's music, movies, something you see on television, newspapers even. Take a break. There's some wonderful things on television. There's some wonderful movies out there. There are also some that don't do anything but stir up those feelings of fear and tension and anxiety, especially if you're one of these people who watch the news. I used to be a news junkie. When I worked at NPR, I had news on almost all the time. You have to give your spirit a break from those things that stand between you and build walls between you and your highest good. And I'm saying build walls because that's exactly what happens. You get so wrapped up in the news or the negative speak, so wrapped up in the attempts to disturb your consciousness. I do believe that they are deliberate attempts to keep people off balance and out of alignment with their truth. But when you heed the words of Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom, and all things are going to be added to you. Seek first that kingdom, that space of peace. Seek first the grace of God. When you go after that first and you understand, yes, it is irresponsible to not know what's going on in the world, but that is not your priority. Your priority is seek the peace and grace of God within. And then you are empowered to be that Christ that we talk about. You are empowered to be the change in the world that you want to see. That's what Gandhi said all those years ago. Be the change you want to see in the world. We can't do that if we're wallowing in the mud with everybody else. You have to rise above that consciousness of fear and intimidation. Choose to think about those things that are good and beautiful. Choose to walk and live in full awareness of what you are, and tap into that God light, that light that shines from within. And remember, the bigger your truth is, the bigger your prosperity is, and you create space for your dreams to come true. I suggest that you start a wish journal if you don't already have one. And every day, write in that journal what it is you want. What it is you want in your life, what it is you want to see unfold in your life, in your community. And every day, look at it. Look at the previous day's entry. And then write your next one. Even when all you can say is, okay, God, I'm alive. Thank God I woke up. Thank God I am still here to be the Christ. And then, don't be a hoarder. Like I said, I gave a lot of stuff to my granddaughter. Let things go so you can make room for other things. You look at, I don't know if you ever watched that TV show, I don't even know if it still comes on, Hoarders, where people were so afraid to let anything go. Their physical environment were cluttered and filthy and rat infested, and I couldn't even stand to watch some of those things on television. But that happens in your spirit and your mind as well. Let it go. Anything that disturbs your spirit needs to be released. And you do that through prayer, through meditation, sometimes spiritual counseling, sometimes therapy. But let it go. Do whatever is required of you to let go of those things that generate fear, to let go of those things that stand between you and your highest good. And don't be afraid. A Course in Miracles teaches us that there are only two emotions, love and fear. Love opens us up to receiving all that is good. And fear results in a refusal to accept our blessings. 1 John chapter 4, verse 18 says, there is no fear in love. Perfect love casts out fear, for fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not reached perfection in love. And I'm going to leave you with these words. Go through life in confidence, knowing that God is always with you. Rest in silence. Meditate. Tap into those 12 powers, those gifts from God that are described by Charles Fillmore, and create your own labels. It doesn't matter what someone else says about you. It doesn't matter what labels or nicknames people put on you. Create your own labels. Identify yourself in your own divine words to be the Christ that you know you are. And don't accept anyone else's definition of who you are or who you should be. And love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. Forgive yourself and others, and back away from negativity. Know that good is already here. And understand that there is absolutely no lack in the universe. And don't be afraid to share your blessings. Don't hoard it all to yourself. There's plenty to go around. There's plenty of love to go around. There's plenty of light to go around. And I know you can do it. God bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Vernelle. That was lovely. Thank you. And as she said, It's time in this church to share our blessing. So I ask the ushers to come forward. If you got a benefit from the music and were inspired by the message, this is our time to share our blessing with Unity of Pompano Beach. There are many ways to give: checks, mail, you can even text. So if you gave electronically or don't have a gift today, there's a green slip in front of you. You can hold that while we bless, and you can put that in the offering. So let's say the offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Ready? 1, 2.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, Unity, it's going to get a lot of energy right now, and I want you guys to share it with me, okay? Hey, come on, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Come on. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it round my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It'll take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my straw. I'll be high stepping, yo, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. Come on, Unity, stand up with me. Hey, come on. Ha. I'm holding on to my freedom, can't take it from me. I was born into it, it comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom, putting the God in me, representing His glory. Hope is proud of me, of me. Hope He's proud of me. Let's live this life like it's golden. Come on, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. Yeah, sing it. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Woo.
Wow. So, as I said, Unity is a practical path to spirituality, and we believe in prayer. So, where are prayer chaplains today? Yes, I'm a prayer chaplain. So, if anyone would like to have prayer right after the service, see any of these people standing up right now, or myself. Any new visitors, please visit the foyer and get your gift. Join us for fellowship time. We love hanging out. And please, please join Reverend Vernelle's book signing event. It's going to be awesome. And I want to thank her for being here today. We really were inspired by you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. We love you. Have a wonderful week. And thank you.
Let's all stand and say the prayer for protection.
Thank you. I always forget it.
The light of God surrounds us.
We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy as well. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, Unity. See you guys next week. Stay golden.
Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling. Blessings are falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling on me. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling. Beauty is falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling on me. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive